I think with the video games moving to the big screen, they have a lot better than they were stuff like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, it's bad.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bad movie.
Have you seen Max Payne?
Max Payne's is getting a new remaster. So for me, Max Payne was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, with Max Payne, that's what I grew up on as well in my teenage years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, sick. But the film itself, and a lot of people some people didn't really like it. But I guess if it wasn't even a Max Payne adaptation, people would be like, oh, this is kind of a good film.
This is the problem. I feel like once you get a big name thrown at something, like they're talking about a Metal Gear movie. So obviously Sony's brought a lot of rights to make all these video game movies.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear, if it's done right, and if Kojima's got and Del Toro jump on board, it's going to be madness. I even thought they said the original readers in the Silent Hill games, all the motion capture and that these days, they can make some banging movies, and I think it'd be off the scale, but if you're listening out there, make it happen.
Make it happen. To be honest, with like the new remakes of all the adaptations of games in a minute, making to films, it kind of, and people were like, oh, you know what, I can actually play the game if I didn't want to watch the film. That's what, I mean, people moan about Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, saying, I didn't need that because Resident Evil 2 came out a few years back. And, anyway, that film gets too much stick for my liking, man.
It's because it was done on a low budget, but for video game references, it aligns with the games, which for me, I would say it's a good movie in my sense that it's kept to the core video games, because you get a lot of stuff go up to the big screen and they've rewrote the story, and as fans we know the story, but then again you look at the Batman, they've rewrote it to a detective sense,
yeah.
And it's probably enjoyable. So some things can be remastered and remade in a certain way, but this is the movie makers, they're there to make money. So ideally it's putting bums on seats, money in the bank, but it don't mean you're going to get the true nature that you want.
That's very true, very true. With Resident Evil as well, they could make another one, but it got so panned as well, so I'm really worried if they don't make another one, because you know what, everyone didn't look like they would in the games.
That's the issue. The Leon reference, that was horrible. That was painful. And Chris was a bit of a douche. If they'd done it on like the darker version of like the Dark Wesker,
yeah,
Wesker could have been amazing. But again, this feels like it was a straight to video. No disrespect to it. If it got a bit more backing, which sometimes you're thinking, if it was done by like Capcom and a Japanese director, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. You have the essence, which was the Japanese core game, the survival horror. Then it's got westernized. So the in between, like I said, going through the main hall for the first game, it's good to see it, but it was like it was in a British house.
Yeah, I know. And even
rather than a big mansion.
Exactly, and then you know what, you can imagine where it led up to, which would be nothing basically. They built the core set of the stairs and that. And
the helicopter crashing. It was all there on point, but you could see it was done on a 10p,
yeah.
a 10p price rather than a pound.
Yeah, exactly.